Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Space Doggo? How you doing, man? Um, I am here with Zot. Hello, Zot.
Hi. Hi.
Did you turn your compressor
Gear.
back on?
No.
Oh, now I hear the background again. Weird.
What?
I don't know, dude.
I just leaned my head back. I don't understand. Is it the joint on my headset?
Yeah, but now I don't hear it. Maybe you were just talking quieter.
Yep. You got the second jab. I
Nice,
need to
Space
get my
Doggo.
third jab.
Yeah, I've been meaning to schedule mine too.
I need to get my eighth jab. Jabberjaw.
Jib jab.
Slackjaw. So, Gear, here's my rant of the day.
Okay.
So, do you know what a clover device is?
No.
Okay, so Clover is a company that makes mobile-based um, POS systems, right?
Okay.
POS standing for point of sale, not piece of shit.
Oh,
Although
all right.
we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Anyway, we use those devices where I work for certain things, mostly ad hoc, like we need to charge someone for this, or we use it for an art program, whatever. And there's two versions of the Clover device. There's a Clover Station, which is like a cash box with a tablet attached to it, and it's like your standard cash register that you see at any like new place,
Yep.
similar to like Square or whatever. And then there is the Clover Flex device, which is a handheld device, and it's just wireless, and all these things run a version of Android.
Mhm.
And what's been happening is the Clover Flex device, the handheld device, can either hook up through Wi-Fi, or if you have the option, it can connect through LTE.
Mhm.
But if you know anything about point of sales devices, they need to have a specific authentication method, specifically WPA2, which is bog
Mhm.
standard, of
Mhm.
course, but you can't go onto like open networks with them
Sure.
for obvious reasons. And they use P2PE encryption level to do their transactions, and that's just so no one steals your credit card information.
Yeah.
The problem is, where we work, we have a lot of different Wi-Fi networks that we use of different layers, but we only have one that has that strong auth WPA2 authentication, and you might have heard the term eduroam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have that.
And so that's the only one that works on.
Mhm.
Well, unfortunately, all these Clover Flex devices just stopped working on that Wi-Fi network all across campus, from what I've seen. And I kind of had to be the one to pick up the solution on it. And the first thing you think would be like, oh, go contact the network folk, right? And ask them, hey, what's up? And they gave me some logs for these devices, and they're kind of like, we don't know, we're not really sure, because the device is getting an IP, like it's getting assigned, and I can ping it. That's the weirder thing. But if you have an Android device, you don't really have Wi-Fi. You can show you the Wi-Fi symbol, up in the corner, but if you see the exclamation mark next to it, you don't actually have Wi-Fi.
You're connected to
Problem
the
is,
network. You're not connected to the wide web.
you're not connected to the route, basically. And what's even weirder is the Clover cache stations are on that Wi-Fi, but they work fine.
Move! So why don't you get moving?
So that's weird, right? Because you would assume they probably should be running the same Android for the most part. Maybe the program's missing or whatever. And so that was weird. But I kind of was getting some back and forth with the network team, and they said, well, let's contact Clover support. And that was where my first step into hell began. And I got in contact with Clover support, and I tweeted this a while back that I had a 43-minute long support call.
Oh, I remember you sending me messages.
Yeah, but see, that was the second half of an already 2-hour long thing. So I spent about 3 hours on the phone with Clover support, and I never got past tier 1 support. And this went like this. I get in contact with the first person. They remote into the device. That's cool. They can use our device because we have LTE. So like we can still do transactions with our device, but other devices across campus can't. And so I was like, and I was like, okay, let me wait, and I'll put you on hold. We'll get in contact with our advanced support team. Remember that term, advanced support team.
Advanced support.
And they put me on hold. 5 minutes pass. It goes into like that ring state, you know, where it like rings. You can tell you're changing lines. And it says, hello, welcome to Clover Support. How can I help you with your issue? Can I get your information? And I'm like, oh my God. And what it did was whoever the first person didn't know how to transfer me or just said, fuck you.
Yeah.
It just sent me to another tier
queue,
1 support.
right?
And
Oh,
It
no.
didn't pass the buck.
Oh.
Didn't pass the information. Nor did they create a ticket. That's the best part. Usually when you get a call in, you should immediately create a ticket. Or the call itself should form a ticket right away. That's usually how those kind of tech centers work. And so that was a little weird. And then I'm like, I don't know what happened, but let me re-explain this very complicated issue. It's not like my Wi-Fi is broken. It's my Wi-Fi is working, but blah, blah, blah.
The device is not working.
And I explained this, and this guy was already wrote it in. He's like, okay, let me put you on hold. I'll get you in contact with our advanced support.
Advanced support.
I'm on hold, and that's when I sent that
Snap
tweet, because at that point, the call time when he put me on hold was 25 minutes, and then that 45 minutes was when I put the tweet out. It got to an hour, and around an hour 5, the call hangs up.
No. Oh, I crashed. Rip Red Dead.
So, rip Red Dead and rip my sanity, right? And I was like, no, I'm not going to let this fly. I could do this through my lunch period. This is on a Friday, by the way. And so I call them back again. This time, I think at this point, I had a case number that I wrote down. And I said, I have this case number. And the person looking up is like, I can't find your case number. I'm like, are you fucking me right now? And it's this time, it's a different person. This person, nothing against them, but they were very clearly English as a second language individual. So there's that level, plus we're talking through phone. So there was that. This person talks with me, and I said, can you remote into my device so we can look through this? She's like, I need to be able to verify the most recent transactions before I'm allowed to remote in. Even though prior
Nobody
to this,
had. Yeah.
nobody had to do that. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, oh, here's the most recent transactions. And she's like, I'm not finding those. And what she wanted was, she wanted the most recent transactions, the dollar amount, not the most recent,
What?
the most recent like invoice number, right? Which was a primary key that you can immediately search, right? Not a transaction ID, but the dollars.
God.
And I'm like, well, here it is. She's like, I can't find it, sir. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is happening? And I'm getting like really frustrated. And so we go through these motions, and I could. Bailey, by the way, is hearing me do this call because she decided to come hang out with me for lunch that day, and I could sense her getting like, David's getting pretty frustrated. Like she could sense, I could sense her sensing me getting angry, that sort of wavelength. Anyway, I didn't want to like, I don't like being the type of person that yells with a support person, because
Sure.
I have a lot of empathy for support people, right? Especially being in support. I even like, I complain about my internet all the time. I will never be rude to the people on the line because, you know, they have to deal with pieces of shit all the time that don't know how to reboot their router or whatever. You know what I mean? People that that complain about non-issues. This is a real issue, but anyway, I keep talking with this lady, and I could sense her getting like anxious in her tone of voice, because my voice is like getting more like, when I get like frustrated but I don't want to show it,
Mhm.
I still involuntarily like increase the level of the diction in my
Yeah. You a
voice.
little
You know what I mean?
assertive, just passively assertive.
Yeah, but like I go from kind, haha, like I generally like to laugh and conversation and try to joke, to full cold calculated, I want this fucking over with. Like, I want this done. And so I'm like, I want to be very clear. This is what is happening. Blah 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 blah. I'm like reading off of script that I've written, etched into my brain, you know.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi isn't working. It's getting an IP. And she's like, oh, so we're in a good shape. I'm like, no.
Hold the horses. Hang on.
Just because it got an IP doesn't mean shit. She's like, but I can remote to your device. I can see your device. So I can remote to it. I just need to see the transaction. So why are you saying your Wi-Fi is not working? I'm like, no, it has LTE. That's why you can remote to it. The Wi-Fi isn't working. What the fuck is going on? Anyway, it gets to the point, and I have a meeting coming up at top of the hour. It's like 45 minutes till, and I'm going, or not 45, 15 minutes till. It's at 45 of the hour. And it's getting to the point where she really wants to resolve this. And I know for a fact her call is being recorded. I don't want her to get in trouble with her supervisors. And I'm like, I'm getting to the point where she's like, well, let me do some searching here. It might take me a few minutes. Are you okay with being put on hold? I'm like, no. No, I am not being okay. I'm not okay. And then I explained to her all the stuff that occurred prior to me talking with her. And there was like a little bit of dead air. And then she's like, I'm sorry that happened, sir. I'm sure we can get your issue resolved today. And I'm like, actually, I don't think we can. So I appreciate your effort. However, I have to go. Then she's like, would you like to submit after the call? We can you can submit your feedback for today. I'm like, I don't think that would be a very good idea.
They're probably freaking happy that you're saying no about that one.
Like, would you like to submit feedback at the end of the call? No, I don't think you want me to. That's it. And I haven't called him back since. And as it turns out, this issue is extremely complicated. And the problem is, and I don't know, this kind of gets into the genericies of problem solving as a whole, not even in IT, but if you've ever been in a person that has to, you've been tasked with solving a problem with multiple stakeholders, right? I'm sure you deal with that all the time, Gear, right?
Yeah.
Where you have to arbitrate between XYZ stakeholders, and so some stakeholders could be public, internal, vendors, whatever, right? And the problem is, you become the individual that has to like poke two bears, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Been there.
Where you have to like say one of you is at fault, and one of you is going to have to fix this, but it's on it's like your job as like a lawyer to provide sufficient evidence to like
tell
one
them
of these people, this is your fault. It's my problem, but this is your fault. It's both our problems now. And I'm kind of still on that. I think we've gotten to the point where our network team's like, yeah, let's get this figured out, because they're starting to see it's more rampant across campus or whatever. But I don't know. I don't think I have ever had a worse support call experience. And I've dealt with like Comcast before. I've dealt with, Mediacom, Like when you're dealing with ISP support, you're expecting a bad time. But generally, from my experiences, I was able to get in contact with quote unquote advanced support, like someone who knows what the hell is going on. Whereas your standard tier 1, nothing against the tier 1 support people out there, but they're paid to not know what the hell is going on. They're paid to resolve the 90% of tickets that come in that have nothing to do with anything super technical or highly technical. And then their job is to move you on up. If they're like, we can't resolve this, just move on up. I was never moved on up.
I mean, it's a pretty shit way to describe it, but it's kind of like the idiot catcher, where you catch the people who don't know how to restart their modems, and then everybody else you can move up if you can't help them.
Well, the tier 1 is majority of support. That's the other thing. You're right. It is a filter. You call it idiot filter, but it's more of they're there to respond with already resolved, already remarked issues, or basically be an active FAQ even. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where all the problems that a tier 1 support person would encounter are regular and normalized. They know exactly, like, this person's calling. We get high call times around this period of time. We know that's going to be a call time because it's like high times for ISPs, right? I'm going to call, my internet's slow. It's 7 p.m. on the East Coast. You know, we're throttling you. We're going to respond with our canned statement. Have a good day, sir. You know, that's really what tier 1 support is, and their other job is supposed to be, if they recognize an issue they cannot resolve or they've never encountered before, they should immediately, at least from my perspective, they should immediately start formulating a packet for upper level tier support.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because it's a waste of their time to try to learn that issue out. They might be able to resolve it, but once they start going in wrong directions, and once they start going down paths and start doing kind of the search and find for solutions, that's when you kind of realize it might as well go to tier 2 support or up above, because you could have solved 8 other tickets in that time.
Sure.
And I hate to say it, but it's like working in a call center fucking sucks. And I mean, for the people that work out in those call centers, I don't envy you, and I have a high respect for you. But at the same time, which would you rather do? Would you rather respond to 8 calls you can resolve real quickly, or would you rather be stuck on a line and get with someone who's getting very obviously more frustrated as the support is not getting done? And I think what was happening in my situation was it was happening for them, but I think they had controls in place to prevent me from going to tier 2. That's what it felt like.
Interesting. That seems kind of whack. You can't just say we're never going to have a tier 2 call and don't let anyone go to tier 2. Like,
but in 3 people I talked with, not in over 2 hours worth of call time with those 3 people. So basically, you know, you think about how much money was spent.
Yeah.
To pay the salary of those individuals, right? I mean, they're going to have to answer the call anyway. But then you wonder, God, are these call people like paid by their like the time on the call?
Hopefully,
like,
it's
the
an hourly rate, like a normal job, but who knows?
Salaried or hourly, right? But then you have to think about, there's a lot of call centers, and I'm not going to name company names, but I know of them, that they have your base pay. And this happens a lot with banks. They have your base pay, but then they have incentive pay, which is a lot of your effective pay associated with how many tickets did you resolve, how many products did you sell, right? Where you're saying I'm getting paid $40K a year, but I could be making 70 if I meet all these wickets. And my worry is, a nice sub.
Hey, thank you, Fist.
If they are outsourced from the main company, they are sadly paid by the call as a company, which is not good for the customer experience. But see where, Ducky, that goes antithesis to my experience, right? Because if they were paid by the call, well, maybe that does make sense, right? Because I went with three different people. But then the issue never got resolved.
Well, if it never gets resolved, everybody can complete a call with
everybody
you.
Gets a call. Everybody just pass it along to Joe. He needs this call. But if they were paid by them, like, what would be the proper pay structuring for that, from a cynical perspective? Pay them by how many calls and how short the calls are, right?
I guess. I mean, I could easily see you just saying, like, you're making minimum wage and just you're fired if you don't do enough calls. Like, I don't know. Poor performance.
Wouldn't it make... Is that Zot talking? Yeah, that's me. I am Zot.
I said go.
You don't have visitors.
I'm not in Red Dead. Paid by the call regardless of the result, so they may not be incentivized to do a good job preventing call drops.
Keep your hair on.
But if that's the case, then they might as well answer the phone and then hang up immediately. Because if they are being recorded, they have in the way those recordings work, they do random sampling. There's somebody out there that does random sampling, or they're actually actively listening on the call. Banks definitely do that.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's someone in tier 2 or tier 3 who's tasked for the day. There's definitely random sampling, but there's also just standard eavesdropping.
Legal eavesdropping because they warned you.
Well, I mean, it's eavesdropping because they're listening to the call as it's happening, and you don't know that. And that's the problem. They say,
I mean, you kind of do know it because they tell you they're going to monitor it and record it.
They say they're going to record or monitor it, right?
Yeah, so that's active monitoring.
Nobody's thinking, oh, someone's literally listening on the line. And the other scary part about it is when the hold music is on,
they can hear you.
They can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's just sometimes when I get calls that I'm in the music, I just like, I kind of want to just speak like nonsense. Just like speak in tongues or whatever. Like, I know someone's monitoring this call.
I gotta lower the game a little bit.
I gotta roll. I gotta stop rolling over my headset cable. I can say where I work, I cannot hear you when you're on the hold music is on, but I don't put anyone on hold. Well, that's nice.
Yes, it's mine.
I don't think being put on hold is necessarily a bad thing, but when you put on hold and then you end up with a new person who doesn't know what's going on, that's kind of
it's worse than just calling again.
just call them back. Just keep on going. Someone else gets the call for that. We're just passing you around. We can't spend 45 minutes trying to resolve this. We can't pass you to tier 2. If we pass you to tier 2, I lose money. Maybe that's the thing. Like, it's like hot potato.
That kind of sucks, though, because if someone has a genuine issue, you're basically setting it up so that it's harder for somebody to get their issue resolved.
Well, it kind of goes back to what I was talking about, like the blame game. If I were as a user, let's say I found an actual engineering flaw.
Yeah.
Right? Does tier 1 have any way of knowing whether an issue is an engineering issue or not?
Not definitively.
So,
you can really only
exactly.
Speculate.
But then there's two ways to go about that. That one system would say if they don't know the answer to a question, they should immediately push to tier 2, right? To keep the call, get the call done as soon as possible, and get the issue.
Yeah, and I agree with that unless you have documentation that you can reference.
But the other perspective would be the cynical perspective.
It's 12 o'clock.
Oh, nice, Mystics. The other perspective would be don't let it ever get to tier 2.
See, I disagree with that because there are definitely issues that need tier 2 for the most part. And I think it really depends on your product and how well built it is. But like, I had troubleshooting today that I almost escalated to tier 3. I mean, I'm tier 2, but I almost escalated up to tier 3, and thankfully it was something that I had a last second thought. I was like, oh, let me just try one more thing, and that worked out. But like, I wouldn't just tell somebody, yeah, cancel your class. Like, I would say, all right, I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna push this up to another tier. Right now, I can set up a projector for you, or see if somebody's here live. You know what I mean? Like, my incentive is to help the customer, not to just walk away.
You don't have incentive pay, nor
that's true.
Nor are you tracked. I don't think you have any strict SLAs either, right?
No, we don't. We do have SLAs, but we kind of ignore them.
Exactly. So do we. So and even more so, we don't have a tier system. We have decentralized and centralized.
Well,
that's it.
Ours is a loose tier system. I say I'm tier 2, but it's not really like I'm not tier 2 support. Like, it's just students are tier 1, and if they can't figure it out, I do it. But sometimes there's no students around, and I'm tier 1 and tier 2. You know, like
I'm in the I don't have employees under me, obviously, right now. And if there's an issue I can't resolve, I just call the guy. I call the SME or whatever, the subject matter expert. I don't know. I can't fix this. I don't have control over it. But I don't call that tiering. I call that just, and I hate to use the term, but it's kind of passing the buck. Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. And there are definitely times where I've done that where it was something I should have known. But at the end of the day, I kind of would rather pass it off and have somebody get their resolution, even if it is delayed, than it would be for me to just be like, it's not working, dude, sorry, and just like leave, like, you know.
I had an
hope you figure it out, buddy. Like, goodbye.
Do you ever deal with conference phones?
I used to, yes, with the codecs and stuff.
Like like physical conference phones.
No, I don't do that. But I have done like the video codec, like where you call an IP or you call a number and it like does all that SIP and all that shit or whatever the hell.
Right. We have we have events in our building, right? And we need to. Sometimes they want a conference phone, which makes sense, but that's definitely something that could have been mitigated by like VoIP services or Zoom. You know, like that's. I think conference phones are on the way out. Video call phones, man. Last time I had to set up a video call phone, it was a fucking mess. The other problem is we have a lot of international individuals, and that's not them not being the problem, but in a lot of situations we have to set up an international video call with like old call systems and calling obscenely long phone numbers. And we have to make sure that the people coming in have like the proper like call cards and stuff. Because if it's not approved or it's like a public event, then they have to pay for their own long distance. It's bananas. Just use the internet, you know.
Get back.
And we had a conference phone. I mean, if y'all know about Cisco devices, let me tell you.
Yeah, so we have a Cisco codec.
Yeah. Cisco, we use a Cisco 8831 conference phone. And it's basically a giant speaker with a touchpad, like a 10 key, like that disconnects from it. Yeah, long distance, right? Because people still use phones. People still use like actual phone and not VoIP. It's bananas. It wasn't working. It wasn't getting registered. It was a PoE device, so you don't have to like plug it in, or you just have to plug it into the LAN. And it wasn't getting registered. And apparently, and if any of you worked with Cisco Unified Communications Manager, which is also called Cuckum, which I think is funny. I think is funny.
I have not used that, no.
Anyway, in that manager, it manages all the switching logic, like the actual network switching, like the PoE switches and all that, and then it also manages the devices that acknowledges devices that connected to it. Oh, it's a computer. Oh, it's a phone, sort of thing. And apparently, I get a call with the network guys, and I'm very close with the network fellas at our work, which is really nice. You got to be nice to the powers that be in this sort of situation. And thankfully, they're nice to me because I throw them really wacky issues, and they enjoy solving those. Anyway, the issue is the phone wasn't getting registered. You know, it takes about 5 minutes to register after you unplug it. It's got to download that stuff from Cucum and get re-registered on the system. But apparently, it wasn't getting registered, and the reason being is it doesn't know how to refresh the CUCM table. And the way to resolve it, the network guy told me, he's like, yeah, all I did was I opened up its descriptor, like text pane, and I added my initials.
What?
That's it.
What?
And what it does, yeah. What that does is it forces CUCM to do like a more prompt or more proper reset of its like descriptors that it gets sent to the phone and so that causes it to refresh. And I'm like, you literally just had to edit like a text box. You could have added. He's like, yeah, I could have just added a space or a period. Like, that's so dumb. I thought it was like, oh, the phone's broke. Its IP got messed up. Nope. Just add add a letter to the description. And it was working. And I'm like, cool. Then the event got started. I unplugged the phone from my desk and put it down there, and it was broke again. And this was like 30 minutes before the event start. So I'm kind of sweating bullets because it takes like 5 minutes just to naturally boot.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I was working with earlier, he left for the day. I was like, crap. I managed to get in contact with a different guy. He's like, oh, well, the thing that the other guy did works, but after you remove it from PoE, it just comes back again.
Oh, fucking hell. He could have told you that while he was doing it with you.
Right. And I'm like, well, crap. So what do I do? He's like, oh, 1 second. He had to reset the switch
Oh,
the phone was on.
Gross.
And then I saw the PoE drop out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, the phone reset. And then he had to basically delete all the security settings on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, if that doesn't work, we're just going to have to do a full reboot of like full factory reset of the phone and then re-register it. Like re-register its MAC address and everything. I'm like,
That's
why
not.
are we using these phones? just get it. What Zoom? What is Zoom? Like, let's just use Zoom. Although I don't know if y'all have done like a call like on Zoom or whatever, like in a larger room that's like conference style. What kind of mic would you use for that?
Boundary mic on the desk, I guess. I mean, it depends on
like one of those.
What?
I don't know. We would be using mics in a speakered room too, so I don't know how that would work.
You're talking about like a couple of people at a conference table or like an event room? Like...
Let's say we had like a conference circle of like 16 people, and one person is talking on mic at a time.
I would probably get one of those tabletop PZM ones or whatever. Not PZM. I don't know PZM, but Boundary one. Otherwise,
your shotgun mic.
My video conference room that I was talking about earlier actually has those Boundary mics every 3 seats, and if you turn on the mic, it actually pans the camera to you.
Here I have the option to apply for a position at
my job.
Yeah, well, no. I'm not moving to New York here. I had a job, there was a position that opened up at the athletics department.
Oh, interesting.
And it was for the football team. And it would be managing all like the the digital displays in the stadium.
Oh, that sounds kind of fun, actually.
Well, the problem is, well, that sounds fun.
Well,
I had to
creating content for them sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be cool. And actually, they had a position for that, but actually managing that stuff, like the scoreboard,
yeah,
and the big LED displays, and
I can see that
they have
being
this
a little less fun. Yeah.
They have this one LED display. I think it must be like the equivalent aspect ratio must be like it's like 500-to-1 aspect ratio. It's just a really long bar that wraps around half of the stadium.
This guy's gun just disassembled itself. No, it's half underground. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, that could be a little bit weird.
How do you in custom via? For what's worth, our sports team is vastly more funded than the rest of the rest. It's crazy how much money sports gets. They're not even. None of the money. Just so you know, higher education. None of the money that gets made by sports goes back to the school. Isn't that crazy?
But yet the school dumps a ton of money into sports.
But the school dumps a ton of money into sports because it recruits students, which they have the money. But the actual income from advertising, branding, ticket sales, whatever, the boosters and all that stuff, I think the school only gets a proportioned amount. And that has to go back into promoting sports and also paying NCAA fines. If you're that kind of school. And I don't really care for sports, but I love the drama around sports. I can't get enough of it because I guess I just love drama. Scholarships, yeah, too. I love the drama over something that shouldn't have any drama associated with it for the most part, outside of like the competitive side of things. But it's like, did you hear recently? This was in the news. This is sportsy. We don't really talk about sports, but like I said, I like the drama. The special teams coordinator for the University of Texas, the Longhorns, during Halloween, he was over at his girlfriend's house. His girlfriend's name is Pole Assassin. She is a stripper.
What?
Her name is Pole Assassin.
Like her online name?
Her name is Pole Assassin.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I shouldn't judge.
That's not all the story. The story is a trick-or-treater came to the house. Pole Assassin's monkey bit the child.
Why is this turning into like a Mad Libs?
I am not joking. I am not making any of this up. Pole Assassin owned a monkey, and when a child came over to the house for trick-or-treating, it bit the child. Okay, so that's the story. The Texas Special Teams coordinator has a girlfriend, and he was over at his girlfriend's house. Her name is Pole Assassin. She had a monkey. It bit a child. Okay? So this leads into last week. Our college, played against Texas, and we won. The college dorms and the fraternities still do like kind of, I wouldn't call it hazing, but it's not hazing. Fraternities is already still hazed. Let's get that out of the way. But it's like where they put up like banners kind of egging the team on. And it's not like, it's more childish than like extremely rude. And one of the signs that was put up says, "Our college doesn't monkey around."
Oh no.
I saw the sign. I could not stop fucking laughing.
Oh no.
Oh man! And I'm like, we saw the sign before the game started. I was like, we better fucking win, because of the fucking pole assassin monkey.
Fucking terrible, but at the same time hilarious.
That's amazing. No, it's funny as hell. The kid wasn't hurt that bad, from what I understand, but
right.
Bit by a monkey. Owned by someone named Pole Assassin.
That's dedication to your job, I guess. Wow.
I suppose.
That's like me getting my name changed to like Tech Guru. Like that's a little bit
or
over.
Just Gear-O-Matic. Even.
Yeah. I suppose so.
Did he get superpowers?
What's eating you,
he got the superpowers of probably getting a nice paycheck. Pole Assassin and her pet monkey has a thirst for child blood now. Yeah. Pole Assassin. Stripper Pole Assassin who hooked up with Longhorns coach shortly after he left his wife and 3 kids. Defends her emotional support monkey after it was accused of biting a child at a Halloween haunted house.
Emotional support monkey.
Pole Assassin, real name blah blah blah, is the owner of a 7-year-old white-faced capuchin monkey. I guess it's not her official name. I apologize. I got fake news about the Pole Assassin monkey. Thomas's boyfriend, Jeff Banks, a University of Texas football coach, is believed to have left his wife and 3 children for her. On Halloween, Thomas invited neighborhood children around her home to explore the haunted house in her yard. A child apparently went out of the party area into the backyard where the monkey lived in a cage, and the monkey bit her. She angrily defended her emotional support monkey on social media, but then deleted her accounts. Her boyfriend is currently rumored to be in talks over at Washington State Cougars after their head coach was fired in October for refusing to get vaccinated against COVID-19. What is happening?
You bastard!
What is happening? So this is why I like sports drama. It's way more interesting than the actual sport. Sports drama.
Certainly a lot going on, yeah.
Football.
How about them footballs, man?
You got to come to Iowa and go to one of our games.
I'd be down to go.
Do you have sports there? Well, yeah, you do.
Yeah, there are sporting events here. Yeah.
I think we play y'all in basketball.
Probably. I have heard that we have a basketball team. Yeah.
I heard around the
campus. Yeah.
I heard around. What's like the area at a campus that's like the. It's called something.
The quad?
It's not like the quad, yeah. I heard around the quad. I heard around the quad that Pole Assassin. Oh my god. That's so funny. Rip Arthur. Arthur? I tweeted about this earlier. This is going back to work. I have to leave here soon, but I was pulling into work today, and I decided to park in a different area. And we have a parking garage. Unfortunately, the parking garage is going to get remodeled here, and might get demolished here soon. It's nearing its engineering, first stage engineering death date. And so it's like 2030, so it does have to get taken down. And the pay stations were non-functioning. It has to do with like the card reader on it. And there was out of order signs on these. And as I was pulling up, I get out of my car and I hear someone like rip something off of something, and I turn around and I see a person rip. I saw a person take the sign off one of the stations, but I wasn't sure what the
broken pay
sign was.
station.
Yeah, and then I see the individual try to insert their ticket, and then walk away frustrated, and then they look me in the eye,
Like,
and
it's
then
your fault.
walk slightly faster. And I'm like, huh, because I couldn't tell if it was one of the students that work for us. It was highly. It could have been a student, and they helped work on those. So I was a little confused. I walked over there. Sure enough, it was an out of order sign. It's like, that's weird. And I go to the information desk and tell the person there, like, hey, are the pay stations broke? She's like, yes. And the signs up.
Wow, I just got really bad frames.
Oh my god.
All these fucking horses standing on top of each other are killing my computer. It's time to dynamite them.
The physics. Don't do it. Don't do it. Are you
Too late.
all the hidden weapons? Oh my god.
That solved it though.
Too many horse testicles.
Yeah, the physics for all the horse balls.
They shrink when you go through a river.
I don't think I've ever seen this game run that bad. Which is funny because they shouldn't have been able to spawn there. I was out of bounds and they spawned there still anyway. Or not out of bounds, but like, you really can't get up in that area very easily.
Oh, is it time to go, my loving wife? Not you, Gear.
Oh.
My actual wife. Oh, I gotta take Blee to her second job.
Mm.
I will return and we'll deep rock.
Sounds good.
Alright, see you in a bit.
Yep. Resorts to cheating. Let's go on, Fist. I've been using this to fly around all over the place. What? What a fucking moron! Whatever. So freaking dumb. Yeah, I'm just collecting collectibles right now, so I kind of don't have any qualms about making Arthur fly through the air to go collect a collectible, because all the lists I have like, collect this one thing in Saint Denis, then go to Valentine and collect the second one, then go back to Saint Denis and collect the third. It's like, fucking put them all in an order that makes sense to play the game. Like, I don't know. So I feel no worries about flying around. Is this what this game has become? Just enemies spawning instantly over and over and over? Because I'm wanted, that's gotta be it. Oh, now we're entering sniper territory. Nope. No, I'm not wanted anymore. Okay. There are certain parts of the story that are locked, and if you go into them, you encounter snipers, and they just basically are invisible, and they just shoot you. Is this what happens when your bounty gets too high? I think it is.
Any man joining the fight?
Take him down.
You're all gonna get killed.
We're gonna kill you, Rump.
Jesus! Damn it!
Jesus. Christ's sakes. Christ's sakes. Shit.
Oh, I wonder if they were freaking out because the game was trying to path them in an area they can't path. Maybe that's why they were freaking out so bad. All right. A couple more. I'm filling out the journal right now. I don't know why I bothered to do that. It's literally right in front of me. Don't know exactly what it is. Ah. Some bones. Can I not cheat my bounty away? Yeah, I can pay it off or I can go to jail. Yeah, but if I change Arthur's model, I lose all my weapons. I already did that once this playthrough and had to reload. Speaking of... I suppose I could just let them capture me and take me to jail, but... I don't know. It's just annoying. Oh, look at this. It's Aku Aku from Crash Bandicoot. Found these faces carved into the tree. Wonder what they were thinking. Or what they were trying to tell me, if anything. Is there more than one? Oh yeah, there are. Yes. Old Man Winter. Sad Mother Teresa. Gimli, son of Groin. And moderately sad Old Man Winter. Uka Uka, yeah. Let's see. There's actually a lot out here. I'm literally looking at a map to find these. I'm not just, you know, a savant and know where they are, but a lot of these things I didn't get in my first playthrough, so I'm happy to go see them. You know what I mean? I'd rather see them than miss out on them because I wandered through the desert on a horse with no name, you know? So, I get that some people are like, oh, you can't cheat, but at the same time, like, if I'm playing to enjoy myself, I want to see all the fun things, you know? Oh, I saw a video about this. That's some freaky shit, dude. You know what this needs. Ooh. Now it's spooky for real. Apparently there is a interaction that is turned off on this rock. And when you try and use it, it sticks you halfway in the ground and it doesn't do anything. That's goat's head. Very good. Some of the Doomslayer, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yes, I did beat the game, so like I said, I'm perfectly happy finding out all this stuff because, like, I missed that the first time through. I don't really have any reason to be over here, so you know, short of literally spending thousands of hours exploring, there's no easy way of finding this stuff except for looking it up and going to it. Which, again, I get it. Some people don't like that, but I'm perfectly okay doing it. Take a look here. I am just about the right spot. I wonder if they do any weird glowing. You turn on one hit knockouts at the end of Arkham City because you already beat Two-Face normally. You're not gonna do it again. Looks like it's up on this rock. And like I said, I think it's more interesting to see all these things than to stumble upon them and like, oh, here it is. Later just be like, all right, I found 4 out of 90 things. Like, nice little obelisk here. Ooh. Also, I've been looking through the game's files. That's I stayed up really freaking late on Saturday looking through the game's files, but let me show you a few of the things I found. Not like searching for anything in particular, just like I just think it's cool to like see stuff. Elemental PQR. Dead. Here we go. Ah, perfect. I want to show you the map I'm using. So these are all pictures from the game. Like if I go in here, they're all DDS files, but I'm not gonna fuck with any of the DDS right now. But stuff like this little zappy guy, or the temporary icon. Oh, that's a DDS. Shit. I'll give him a nice little Lemoyne PNG here. That's for a different project I'm working on. Little icon. Thank you, Gimp, for being yourself. Little icon here. I used this in a project recently. Just kidding. Of course, I wouldn't use that. Here's Dutch. In case you wanted to see Dutch. What's going on, Hermit? How you doing? I thought this was cool. All the weapons for the catalog. Those are all in there in their descriptions. Some pictures. You can see here's a map, some wanted posters, a little painting. Yeah, all the drawings are in the game files, and this is just a rip of some of the game files. In fact, I can do. Oh, supposed to put a J there. If I do that, these are some of the loading screens. You know, they do that Duragotype or whatever it is, like filter over it, but this is the actual image that it affects. Flat Dutch. On the original Doom files, yeah, there's a lot of cool shit that you can find. Here's the stuff like, can I make this any bigger? There we go. Ability card, like the backgrounds, like when you go into... Oh, come on. When you go into this, hang on. I gotta tab back into the game here. When you go into here, and you go into help, like these icons, you know, all the ones here are all things you can look at. You go to activities, and all these are things you can look at, like, you know. So those are all textures that you can like look at and browse. I mean, I don't know. I think it's cool to look at them. Those are ability cards. What else do we got? The help tiles. Oh, they're all DDS files. Things for like pictures for Saint Denis, like, you know, oops. You know, like here's dominoes. In theory you can change them. Yeah, I mean, you can open them up in like GIMP or something and change it. And then reinsert it. I'm sure you'd get banned from online if you tried to do that. There's all these videos. You can go into here and you can see, like here is a little cutscene of the train. There's no audio for this. A lot of these are here and they're here in 4K. I don't remember. This is for like one of the loading sequences or something, like when Arthur is like transitioning between chapter 1 and chapter 2 or something like that, you know. Or let's see, what's this? Ah, yes.
Folks, I'm gonna tell you a morality tale.
This is the one with the bear.
Bear.
Here's the Rockstar logo in case you ever wanted this intro. What else? Oh, anytime you have clouds for when you like transition, like when you fast travel, that's all in here. Here's the intro. The very intro. Stuff like that. I don't know. This is all fascinating to me. I mean, obviously this is all just like small stuff, but I wonder when this is used. It's just fog moving around. Grizzlies. Yeah, I don't know when this is all used. There's, what are these? Ah, these are all like the story cards for different parts. Where is this used? Now I want to go see them all. There's some of the animals from different moralities. Oh, these are all the fire. The fire. These must have alpha channels that they can pull in to do fire effects. It's got to be. Wow, those are like super low quality too. Very interesting. These are all low honor videos here for different parts. A couple weeks later. More fire. Wolf. Deer. A few months later. A day later. Some years later. Wow. A few weeks later. So, sickfire.gif, yeah. Replace, yeah, that's what I was, yeah, it just needs the voiceover. And there's audio from everything. So, like, these are all the Christmas musics from multiplayer, like, what else do we got? These are all like, what do you call them? Just like little things. This is not by any means all of the music, but let's see. All the stuff, all the bands. So if you go into one of these are all the multi-tracks of the band, basically, including their like drunk tracks. You can kind of mix them in and out. GIF, whatever. It's the same thing. The loading screen music. which is like super long. And I believe it loops. Yeah. In case your computer can't load it in 2 minutes. All these are all different things, like nighttime, like strings, like I don't know. This is the kind of stuff that I just love to sit here and listen to. I literally spent like 4 hours just sitting here listening to this stuff. Here's the can.
Yeah!
Oh, this is when the can comes out on stage and everyone starts cheering. Oops. From don't do that. From the stage show. What else? There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. A lot of this is voices, but not all of it. Oh well. Just different here. Different songs from the end. Stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's cool. That's the kind of stuff that I sit there and watch or listen to and sort through. Was that released? No, there is a way to extract it. And that's what I was using. It's a little literal extraction tool. I believe it's called Open 4 IV, you know, Roman numeral 4. But if you remind me, I can get you the name of it. Yeah, basically all the audio is there. Some of it is like stems for when they want to mix stuff together, and some of it is just like the baked audio, which they usually call one-shots. But it's all in there. It's a little convoluted to find, though. It's part of the reason why it takes forever, because you have audio files, and then you have video files, and then you have textures, but they're not named .dds files, which is you can extract them to DDS or PNGs, but they're named YTM files. However they baked it, and you have to like extract it from. It's weird. It just takes a long time to sort through. But then everything else is there, like the scripting for how people behave is there, and you know, like there's all sorts of different things, and it just takes a long time to sort through. Some drying racks. Not very dry. Native burial. I see. Think this place was an Indian burial ground. Interesting. Oh yeah, look at all this. Head a little north here. Let's see. Okay. There's another thing right up here ahead, apparently. Let's see. Oh. I have like a Discord notification. It's just Discord yelling at me that Zot left the call and I didn't. Like, let's see. So, what do we have up here? Is this the mines? Sure, but all I have to do is kick me out of the call. Like, do they need to give me a notification for it? They already put something in chat saying I got kicked out. Why not just leave it like that? So this mine was how I did the Guarma glitch originally. If you drink until you pass out in a certain part of this mine, you can sometimes appear above ground here, outside of this sloped wall, and you can walk all the way around, down, and around into Mexico. And then if you walk all the way down, around, after here, you can get to Guarma. I have a video of that on my YouTube channel. It's like 6 hours long because we had to walk the whole way. Oh, right. Forgot about this area. Maybe this is not the right tunnel. Maybe it's the one that was more north of this, but either way. Yeah, it's a long trip to walk, especially if you're trying not to, if you're trying to conserve your energy. Oh shit, some cave writings. Oh, a little place to hide. Very nice. The hand. Oh, very nice.
Go away, please. Why don't you turn around and go back to the light? Can you leave my cave, please?
Hello?
Go and find your own cave. There are nasty things and nasty people down here, and I don't mean you. I'm the devil. I'm the devil. I'm the devil. Okay, I'm not the devil, but I want to be. I want to be. And that's even worse. I'm a nasty man. Go away. I don't want you here. Is that so bad? Wanting solitude? Wanting loneliness? Wanting anything but you? Go away.
So you're the genius we've all been waiting for.
My God, you're a fool. Goodbye.
Does he actually do anything? I don't remember. Like, I was gonna free camera up over to him to see him, but I don't know if I'm gonna break anything. Yes, it's Fat Wolverine. Well, sorry. I went down instead of up. There's literally nothing. Okay. There's a paper here, but you can't pick it up. Oh, you can step on it, though. Very nice. Oh, wait, no. You have to be able to get to them. This all leads somewhere. Well, he has hair in the shape of horns. Let's not get too crazy. Arthur, what are you doing? He tripped on the little hole?
I said stop that, you beast! Such stupidity.
I don't know how I did that with my handgun, but okay. Interesting. I thought you could get over here. Maybe I'm... Oh, I think when I found this the first playthrough, I spent like hours trying to get in here and I couldn't. I think there's a death plane down here too. Yeah. Here's another one where it's just a death plane down there. You have to sign up to... Oh, God. Never mind. I don't know where the prompt is to draw this one, though. Head west from the silt shack until you reach the borders. They're close to the borders. As you make way south, you find a small pathway. Here you find a hidden tunnel entrance. I'm looking. Yeah, I'm in the hidden tunnel. Oh, did it unload the world? Oh, wow. Yeah, it unloaded the world. Oh, no, it didn't. You just have to get really high above it for it to load the rest of the world in. Oh, it only loaded... Yeah, it only loads part of things. No, I don't think normally you're supposed to be able to get to the dude, so... Making it so you have to draw him kind of would be... Not the greatest. Ah, just draw it from the outside, okay. cave mouth. Very good. Let me check that off there real quick. I have time for one more before Azad gets back. By parkouring? Gotcha. Yeah, I remember on my first playthrough, I was trying really hard to get up there. I don't think I did. I think I eventually fire bottled him or dynamited him. I don't remember. Found the wreckage of a flying machine in the woods. Some would be genius? Icarus. Ah, dead with his dreams. I was like, what? What word is that? What is he? He's wearing. Oh no, he's. It's a. Oh, it's a bonnet. It's Shrimp Lady. Rip in peace. Trying to deliver the shrimps fresh. Shrimp Lady from Cyberpunk.
Relax. Stay there. Oh, shit. Get away from me! Stay there now! Get off him!
Why does the dog like scoot whenever it tries to get me? Yeah, I think they expect you to shoot her back. I don't think they expect you to give her a good fist fighting. Think I may have met a witch or a woman who wanted to be one. God, I fucking love Arthur and his drawings. And in fact, little fun fact, which you might have known if you played the game, Arthur and John both will draw things, but Arthur draws considerably better than John. So there's alternate drawings for everything, just in shittier quality for John, which I think is actually kind of hilarious. I wish I had brought my horse, to be honest. What are these the dogs' trails? Yeah, dog tracks, yeah. Who skinned dogs? No. No, I don't want to sit in the bed. I can take a nap in our bed. Oh, that's a little bit weird. Get on, Zot. Get on, buddy.
Oh.
What's up? You feeding your dog? You're feeding yourself.
Me and dog. I'm eating French fries.
Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually.
I got Culver's.
That's pizza.
And I got
burgers?
crispy chicken sandwich.
Gotcha.
I found out that Twitch is doing like a musical artist collectives thing.
No, they just want to know
Twitch is
who to ban easier.
well, it's Twitch is powering up creators at the forefront of a new paradigm in music. Good God,
What?
Bali. This one's for
nothing.
you, for the innovators.
Nothing
the
in music recently
frontier.
has made me be happy to be a musician. All the shit going on at concerts and
So
getting
what the
banned
fuck
left
is
and
this?
right.
Okay, so what is this? Okay. The live stream playbook for music. Through workshops and hands-on support from our music team, you'll learn how musicians are building communities and earning money directly from their fans on Twitch.
Is that not
Invite-only
every
collectives.
community?
We curate and match creators from complementary background genres and career stages. If you're selected, you'll have a crew of peers by your side through the process.
Oh my god.
Ongoing backing from Twitch. Graduation
yeah?
is just the start. As you progress, you'll be eligible for prioritized discovery and promotion. This sounds like a record label.
This sounds like
Oh no. Program partners. DistroKid. TuneCore, United Masters, Rolling Stone, Discord, and Amazon Music.
yeah.
What type of artist is best fit for this program? We're looking for artists who are excited about streaming, enjoy engaging with their fans, are motivated to grow their Twitch channel. We're all about community bullshit.
Yeah, Twitch.
So we're also looking for artists who want to connect with and learn from other artists. So when you sign up for this, I looked at this. Apply now. I'm going to go through this. What is your artist performer name? What's your Twitch name, channel ID? What country do you live in? United States. Are you above the age of 18? Yes. What are your pronouns? He, him. I'm
Yeehaw.
white. What are the primary genres of music you make?
I don't like that they're
Wow.
asking.
It lists all of them, Gear. It lists pop, hip hop, rap, country, electronic, rock, metal, Latin, jazz, reggae, R&B, folk, classical, blues, world, and other.
Wow,
That's all the
pretty much
genres.
everything, yeah. I don't like that they're
Which of
asking
these-
like demographic information. That feels a little bit
they ask
suspicious.
that on other surveys. I'm not surprised they're asking that. I know why they're asking that.
Oh, I know
but-
why too, but
Okay, let's keep moving on, Gear. Don't get stuck on the survey parts. Which of these best describe you? We know musicians wear many hats, but choose one.
yeah.
Instrumentalist, singer-songwriter, band/group, music producer or beat maker, DJ or turntablist, rapper, MC.
Wait, turntablist? I don't know if I've heard that before. Is that an official term?
I've heard. I don't know. I don't know if turntablist is a term I would use. I usually just hear vinyl DJs.
Yeah, or
But
disc
see, the problem with
jockey,
that, right,
or
that's already problematic right there because that is a genre of music that wouldn't follow copyright.
well, there's a legal way to do it and an illegal way to do it, but nobody does it the legal
I'm
way.
just saying in generacies, if you were just
Sure.
a budding DJ,
No, I agree.
turntablist, the innate nature of the job, I don't believe. I'm in the opinion if you're turntabling is its own form of art,
Sure.
and mixing songs together and doing that is its own thing. But at the end of the day, you are mixing other people's work.
I think
there-
that I agree with that. I think that mashups are kind of the more evolved form of that. Personally, I can see
Right.
how people would maybe argue not, but What I don't like is like people taking the backing track from something and just like saying a few words over it and suddenly it's a new song. Like that to me kind of doesn't
What do you mean?
anything for me.
Gear, the most famous ripoff artists are Daft Punk.
Yeah, I don't really listen to Daft Punk.
I do.
And I don't know. I obviously there's different degrees of that and different things to say for that, but like there's been this like trend of taking like
the hook of a song or something.
Yeah, like specifically the one I could think of is one of the ones from the Four Seasons, one of them, and just like slowing it down and just like putting like drums behind it. Like,
well, that's its own. That's like vaporwave does that.
But I'm not talking about vaporwave though. This is okay. Vaporwave is I think it's its own thing as well. This is more just like they're making a new song. Like there was one that took literally the entire backing track from You Spin Me Right Round and just like said something else over it. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That to me doesn't do anything for me at all. But if you take that like you mash that up with something else, sure, that's a different thing. But I don't know.
It's a transformative.
I can kind of see how people would disagree with me, but at the same time, like there's sort of only so much.
I'm filling this out right now. I'm going to sign up. I'm not going to get in. And just so you know, I do have an artist name that I have not released publicly.
Oh, do you want me to mute you and you can tell me? That's all right.
No, I'll tell you when the time is right. I actually have finished music. I have Gear and
DJ Z.
No, in fact, I purposely want to detach it from the great Zot persona for the sake of just going.
Sure, I get you.
Au natural, or just through local au, whatever you want to say. But if I had to choose one of these, I guess I would be music producer, beat maker. Even though I do sing, I technically play an instrument. It's the instrumentalist is bogus too, because what is an instrument?
Well, I slap these bananas around and make music.
Right. Well, you put the MIDI controllers in the bananas, right?
No, it's just
tell us about the type
sounds.
of content you stream or plan to stream on Twitch. Okay. How much time do you typically dedicate to your music or music career each week? The options are 1 to 5 hours a week or up to 15 hours a week. If you use TikTok, no. If you use Instagram, no. If you use YouTube, not really. If your music name is on Spot, no. Twitter, yeah, but no. What are your music career goals? How do you think streaming on Twitch could help achieve them? I don't know.
To get big and then pretend I don't know anybody.
What do you hope to gain from this program? For what it's worth, they haven't really explained what this program is.
Yeah, right? Maybe that's the thing, is they're like, yeah, we're going to do a program, and they're going to figure out what it is after everyone says they want XYZ.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us? Why? Yeah, I'll sign up for this. I'll sign up for this to see where it goes.
We gotta complete our other song before we make new ones.
Yeah, artists who have been selected into the first collect will receive an email by the end of December of 2021. What is the time commitment? If we are artists who committed to they're opportunities throughout the program to attend virtual development sessions. We want artists who are excited about streaming regularly. Well, I'm already fucked.
Oh, you stream regularly, just once a month regularly.
I don't.
Yeah, just once a month regularly.
That's right. Your frequency.
You're consistent. They want frequent, not consistent.
Yeah. What type of education can I expect to receive during the program? We'll dive into everything from the basics, how to configure your stream setup. Oh, wait, I already know how to stream.
I want a bachelor's degree. That's what I want to get out of it.
How to do more complex topics. How to build out a community, up-level your streams, and make most of those are so. That's not complex.
This is trying to get people who aren't already on the platforms out. That's what this is. This is not for you already on the platform. This is for Tim Beans, who's out there and doesn't know anything about streaming. Is like, oh, I could play my guitar on stream, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
I've never touched anything digital in my life, but here's an acoustic set. Like,
well, I'm gonna plead ignorance. I'm gonna create a new Twitch page and everything, and we'll document this.
yeah,
All right, Gear.
DJ Z doesn't know how to use a computer.
What's a OBS? Oh, I don't know if I got a computer powerful enough for that.
How many of those bitsies do I need?
I'm ready to start streaming on Twitch now. Where can I learn more? OPS? PS5? My brother's sister's cousins has that.
OBS streamer, yeah, I use that.
What type of artist is the best fit for the program? What if I do like avant-garde?
Someone who's not already jaded by Twitch.
No, like hardcore. Like I'm thinking like
No, I know what you mean. Just
like
screamo with no backing track.
No, like not even just ambient like noise stuff, but like the really like weird. Like I don't know, was it Margaret Monk? She does like really weird hyper like vocalization stuff.
Oh,
just,
you
like,
want like the Yoko Ono like
yeah, like art with big letters. You know what I mean?
Art with every letter in quotes.
I'm gonna go on Twitch. Thank you for the bits. Ah!
You ever seen, what was it? It was that thing where the what was it? The guys got like high or whatever, and we're trying to like do freeform communication, and it just evolved to them going like bloop, bloop, at each other. Like, have you've seen that one?
No, I haven't.
No? Oh God. Let me see if I can find it.
We'll make outsider music. I'm gonna say that's what I make. That's an actual genre, by the way. Outsider music. I don't fit into that category because I understand music to a certain degree.
Oh, I don't even know what to search for.
What does it even mean? So outsider music has to do with artists who make music who are not technically musicians, but they make it anyway because it's more raw and emotional. So generally the music doesn't sound very palatable. However, the emotional context to that music is way more powerful than you listening to any, more modern or like more available or popular piece of music. I think there's a Kurt Cobain said one of his favorite artists was an outsider artist. Yeah, it's generally self-taught or in general, like I think they use like the term like, I don't know, you could say like people who don't know any better. I guess naive would be the term. I'm looking at the Wikipedia for it. The term is usually applied to musicians from outside the music established who exhibit childlike qualities, and especially those who suffer from intellectual disabilities or mental illnesses. That's not inclusive or exclusive. It's just a lot of the people that are in that genre have those factors. The term was popularized in the 1990s by a journalist and WFMU DJ Erwin Chuseed. Outsider musicians often overlap with lo-fi artists since their work is rarely captured in professional recording studios. Examples include Daniel Johnston, Wesley Willis, and Jandek, who became the subjects of documentary films in the 2000s.
I feel like lo-fi is distinctly different than like poor recording techniques or quality. No?
Well, just some often overlap with lo-fi, so in the fact that they're using the same recording techniques as lo-fi artists, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
because I know Daniel Johnston recorded like on a tape recorder and just released it on cassettes. So
yes, maybe I'm thinking of lo-fi as more of a less like a audio quality. Yeah, I think that's probably more what I'm thinking, which maybe isn't correct.
But Twitch isn't gonna. But that's what I'm saying. Like when they're doing the survey and they ask you what genre you do, and you say other, it heavily categorizes like the concept of the like genres and everything even more so, right? It's like, well, what if you're a budding artist anyway? But I don't think they want budding artists based off of what they're asking.
No, they want it. To me, it sounds like they want somebody who is good enough to do a set, but doesn't know how to do it on Twitch. That's what it sounds like to me. And they want to get them going on Twitch so that they can, start doing their stuff, and Twitch can take half their sub money. That's what I feel like is what they're trying to do personally.
For what it's worth, they'll probably make more money than releasing music on Spotify.
Sure, I'm not saying that it's a bad choice for somebody. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. Is Twitch is trying to push that. Push
it real good. Deep rock.
Let me find this last little thing I'm looking for, and then we can do deep rock.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna look at my homework. Do any of y'all know how to do
quadratic equations?
Multi-layer perceptron classification?
No.
I think my professor wrote that in wrong too. We're doing My Little Pony regressors, MLP. What is this data set I have right here? It is credit card data.
A conquistador.
Why is this data set so small?
Found a fella frozen from a long time ago. You can't read it because it's nighttime. There we go. A little frozen fella. Didn't he have a sword or something? Oh, his helmet. Right.
What is this? I'm not watching your stream.
That's a little conquistador. Look at me.
Oh, like with the pointy blade helmet?
Yeah.
Like from the armor worn by many characters in the hit video game MMO New World made by Amazon TM?
I have not seen any footage from it.
It's okay. I think I talked about this, but apparently the game originally was planned to be like actual conquistadors. Yeah. I'm talking about neural network stuff. It's like machine learning for stats. I'm doing stats. I'm taking a stats business analytics class, but it's in Python, the snake, not the programming language. We have to teach a snake to do math.
How to use a keyboard. No, you can't slither over it. You're going to hit all the buttons. Oh, all right. Let's move over to Deep Rock.
I just got an email from the company that I pay my gas bill to.
We're shutting you down.
And the subject is natural gas prices on the rise nationwide. Sorry that your bill is going to be higher.
Oh, no.
They didn't say that. They're saying gas prices are going to shoot up for, like, natural gas prices are going to shoot up like 70 to 100% for the winter. I don't know. Well, I don't have a fireplace in my house. I wish I do now.
Build it in your garage.
I could do that. It's not that hard. I mean, I helped my dad install a soapstone wood stove in my parents' house. You know.
Yeah, there you go. Just vented out the doggy door.
I don't have a doggy door.
No, just cut a hole in the door for vent.
I do have a hole in my house dedicated as a mailbox, which is nice. So, like, the mail comes straight into my house, which is nice. I like that a lot.
I do not have that. You ready to boot this up?
Yes, sirree.
These interaction reminder things get weird, so I know you guys are smart people. You do what you want. I'll catch you later.